Hello, I'm Sean Kantayashi with Saucon Valley Cute and Cuddly Schnauzers, and sometimes a surprise schnoodle. I'm excited about what I'm sharing in this video with you today. Look who's in labor. Yeah, this is Miss Nestlee. Beautiful Nestlee girl with her green eyes and little brown nose. We know from the x-ray that Nestlee is having 2 puppies for sure, but who knows, maybe there's a 3rd one hiding in there. So we're seeing classic labor signs. The panting. Yeah, the panting going on. One of my friends talks about in labor the importance of letting the dog walk around and potentially go dig in the garden or go outside and just move around. Obviously, mine never get to go out. They never get to go dig in the garden. But that's the equivalent of what she's doing right now. And you might be able to see that her water sack is here. And if she were sitting in Kim's lap in the car, that water sack would have broken onto Kim's lap at the moment. But that water sack will break at some point, and then a puppy will start to arrive pretty quickly. So the panting going on, sometimes the digging. When mom dogs are in labor like this, I always think they look so happy. They look like they're smiling. She's a pretty girl. Miss Nestlee gave birth to her new puppies. However, say it took a little while, didn't it? Yeah. So her water broke, and then about 2 hours later, she hadn't been pushing terribly hard, but it was clear she was in labor. And I realized we probably need a little bit of help. So I had done my own version of an exam, thinking, okay, I think we've got a breech puppy here. What are we going to do about that? So we went to Eastern, and we called ahead and told them we were coming, and they were great. They were right ready for us when we arrived. And they went into action right away. They did the right blood tests. They did an ultrasound. They discovered both puppies were very healthy and everything looked good, but they were breech. So they knew they didn't necessarily need to do a C-section, but we had that conversation. If they needed to, they had my permission to do so once they got in there and started looking. But they were able to help her to deliver on her own. And look at these boys! Nestlee and Mocha have made 2 chocolate boys. One is solid chocolate, just like Daddy, and the other is chocolate and tan, or chocolate and red, like Burberry. Yeah, 2 little boys arrived April 15th, late at night. Nestlee, you did such a good job with your puppies. Look at you, pretty girl. Yes, you're a pretty girl. And Mocha, look at your little boys. They look just like you. So this one is chocolate and tan, and this one is solid chocolate, just like Mocha. Seems to even have some of the same little markings. Here's a little spot on his foot and a little spot on his chest, just like Mr. Mocha. So 2 boys, one solid chocolate and the other chocolate and tan. Some people would call them liver or liver and tan. Our solid chocolate. The morning after they were born, they both weigh 6.2 ounces. In other words, they are really big puppies. Think about this. One of Sienna's puppies weighs 3-something ounces, half this size. And I have been feeding Mom here a concoction that we put together. We pull this up into a syringe, and then, oh, they love it. They get so excited to have it, and it really helps milk production come in. This is what it looks like. You can see she's very happily taking this. And you might say, why don't you just let her drink it out of a bowl? Well, because I don't want that to happen right there. I don't want this to get all over her beard. It's such that it would get really sticky. And so having them drink it out of the syringe like this is perfect. Doesn't get all over them. So that helps milk production come in. Good job, Miss Nestlee. So in addition to this liquid for Mom, I also do Oral Cal Plus to help Mom have the right amount of calcium for milk production and to keep her doing well. And then I also give the puppies this Nurture Mate colostrum. And what I do is I use one of these miracle nipples and I draw the colostrum down into the syringe, and then I can put this in the puppy's mouth like a nipple, and just very slowly, as they suckle, insert the colostrum. This is great at helping them build a super strong immune system. Wanted to show you what I use to make this concoction. So first, I turn the hot water on the faucet in my kitchen that is filtered water. So the water that we drink, human water, if you will, from our faucet. Turn that hot water on. And then I just put this into the bottom of the glass. So I'm sort of coating the bottom of the glass with this. So this is a high-calorie nutritional liquid. It helps fortify and make sure they have enough calories. I then put the water, so I just pour the water in, and then I add the right amount of scoops, if you will, of each of these. So this is goat milk, this is colostrum, and then this is foster care, which provides complete nutrition with digestive and enzyme support. It's meant to be a puppy milk replacer, but I find giving it to moms right after they've had puppies really helps their milk come in. So this is the concoction in this glass, and moms love the flavor of it.